And welcome back to Hannity. Now, for the last 2 years, we've been warning you, our viewers, about the dangers of spring break. And to no one's surprise, guess what? The mainstream liberal media, they even mocked us for it. Now, that's okay. We knew how important it was to tell you that spring break can be very dangerous for you and your kids. And besides, it certainly was not the first time the mainstream media has attacked us for doing a story that they ignore. Well, no one's laughing now. The mainstream media has finally realized what we have now been telling you for a couple of years. Take a look.
A third college student has now been arrested in connection with an alleged gang rape.
The alleged gang rape of a young woman during spring break in Panama City Beach, Florida.
The alleged gang rape of a woman last month on a beach in Panama City.
That rape happened right on the beach behind me.
Accused in a gang rape on a crowded beach.
Growing outrage tonight over the alleged gang rape.
Now a popular spring break destination's under pressure.
After a month of violence in Panama City Beach, mostly fueled by alcohol.
A string of violent incidents, and is now considering whether to end the party for good.
Bar closing time doesn't seem like much of a drastic measure, does it?
A lot can happen by 2 a.m.
Just listening to that sheriff, he says he's pissed off, I'm pissed off.
All right, she's pissed off. Better late than never, I suppose. Joining me now, author of Death of Cool, Gavin McInnes, Fox News contributor, Tamara Holder, and the person who's been reporting for us for the entire 2 years, Fox and Friends First, co-host Ainsley Earhardt, with us. Tamara, what? No.
Go ahead. I'm part of the liberal media, so I'm ready.
No, because I know you care about young women. I know you have a heart. I know when you see 7 kids shot and 2 girls that we know of sexually assaulted, 11 allegations of sexual assault, I know you agree with me that this is pretty darn dangerous.
Right, I do. But the but is, this isn't the first year. It's not the second year. It's not the third year. It has gone on since I was in college 4 years ago.
A week ago, last year.
Since I graduated from college. No, it's a serious subject because it's gone on for years. There was a woman who wrote a book in 2006, Binge to Blackout. The parents are suffering, children are suffering, but the other issue is it doesn't just happen at spring break. It happens on college campuses. And unfortunately, there was that stupid Rolling Stones article, but it doesn't take away about the rape where a girl lied. But it doesn't take away the bigger issue that it does go on college campuses.
You're giving Gavin a heart attack over there. What's the matter, Gavin?
First of all, the spring break of the past 3 years is not in the same universe as the other spring breaks. That's what we were screaming. Ainsley went down there and said, whoa, stop the presses. Spring break has changed. Secondly, no. College campus rape culture is a myth. The 1 in 4 is a lie. This is real. You're talking about hypotheticals versus reality. That's what we were screaming. The UVA hoax, mattress girl,
it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a hoax. I believe you're the same person
1 in
that also
4
said.
is ridiculous.
I believe that. How would you know? Have you studied it?
It's all been debunked. Their statistics include girls who were drunk and had sex, girls who regretted it and had sex.
Because women are liars. The girls are liars. Is that where the myth comes from?
No, the myth comes from stupid failed questions like, did you have sex while you were drunk? Did you not like it after? That's how they got up to 1 in 4. It's all debunked long ago. The college campus thing is completely ridiculous. Old spring break was totally fine. This is a very specific thing. Past 3 years in Florida have been total anarchy. It's been like Vikings pillaging a town.
Just to prove the point that it has changed, I went to spring break. I can tell you firsthand, it is not the spring break that you and I, we're probably about the same age, had when we were in college. And all the residents there in Panama City Beach, 3 years ago, I have a friend that has a house there, was saying, yeah, it's pretty bad. Last year, the residents didn't want to go on camera and say that it was bad. This year, I could not go anywhere without a resident stopping me and saying, thank you so much for doing the story. We want change.
What?
There's nothing to dispute here because apparently the facts of women getting raped on college campus is a lie. Let's just say it's 3 in 4. Or I mean, let's just say that it's 1 in 10. Let's say that it's 1 in 10.
1 in 10 is like a riot.
Still
that is more than any other reported crime. You're saying that 1 in 10 women in college get raped? You realize you're describing worse than Detroit crime spree.
All right, there are rapes that happen. Rape happens.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
On college, it's proportional to the rest of the world, to the rest of America.
But I think
Spring
what
break's
Tamara's
different.
point is, and I don't really want to always defend Tamara here, but I think you are making a point that there's a lot of drinking in college, a lot of drugs in college, a lot of passing out in college, a lot of the same behavior is happening in college. Is that your point, your broader point?
That is exactly my point, that it is not going on.
So if Ainsley and you go do a report from a college somewhere on a Friday, Saturday night, and we go in the clubs, we're going to see a lot of the same stuff.
We are going to see very similar behavior. Now, one of the differences with Panama City is that there are people that are coming in from the outside and preying on the children or the young adults.
That's one
which you don't see it. But I went to school at the University of Arizona, Tucson. It's right on the border. There were plenty of things that were going on the other side in Mexico and Nogales. There are plenty of things that are going on college campuses that isn't just made up and a lie because of the liberal media. And are you going to defend any of the women in college who were raped? Or are you just going to say it's only because it's reported on spring break in Panama City?
I obviously don't want women in college being raped, but if you want to talk about college rape today, it has been completely inundated with mythical behavior.
But wait a minute, but rape happens.
Of course rape happens.
Okay.
College students are pushing 1 in 4. There's some woman carrying a mattress around, and she was flirting with the guy afterwards. It's just as bad as the UVA scandal, but it's not getting publicity. That's the norm.
What we're talking
with college
about
rape.
I think we're getting away from
Here's
our topic.
another. Can I say one huge thing here? Florida has been inundated with OxyContin, and that's
a big point.
It's a big part of this problem.
All we're talking about, we're not talking about Arizona and Nogales right now. We're talking about spring break. That's our story, and we're trying to change.
I'm sorry, I'm off topic because I'm actually
you're saying
talking
rape
about
is
rape.
bad.
Please let me talk.
No, she's making a point that it happens on college, but
I understand that it happens on college, and that's horrible. But the story we're talking about right now is trying to change Panama City Beach because Fort Lauderdale, that was a big spring break area. They totally changed.
Daytona
this is what.
also.
Absolutely, Daytona too. They said that Panama City needs to seek higher spending clientele, enforce tighter beach drinking rules.
The debate is, of course, that's an issue. But if you're going to focus on 1 or 2 women being raped in Panama City, if you want to give those statistics, there were thousands of kids there that weren't engaging in that behavior.
Tamara, this girl was gang raped on a beach. Two allegations of gang rape on a beach.
College is talking about,
and people around them in broad daylight.
What they want.
We got to run. We're out of time in this segment.